Today I'm going to show you how to unlock market structure in minutes. Watch closely, I'll break it down step by step in a way that's clear and easy to follow, so you'll see exactly how structure flows without any guesswork. So how can you learn structure in minutes? So let me go through now this area of price I've marked out for you. Now you'll see these candles that I've drawn out are all exactly the same. They are identical. Now you're not going to see this on real price charts. But for me to teach you and understand how to understand structure within minutes, this is the way we're going to do it. By the way, for those of you who follow my structure method, we've built something new that's going to make your charting a whole lot easier. I'll show you more about it later in this video. So the first thing you need to understand is that you need to read structure on the chart on a candle by candle approach. This will help you identify that market direction and also going to help you identify when marking up your swing structure. So let's look at the one candle by candle approach first. When you see the market closing down like we see here, that's a bearish bias. Once we shift back bullish and we close up, we turn to a bullish bias. Now we continue to be bullish and we continue to run bullish. So we have a nice bullish run in the market. Again, once we see the close back down below these candles lows, we've got that bearish bias once again. The market's pushed down. This is how simple it is. Reading the one candle approach. We continue to close down. Now we continue to close back up. The market shifts. Now we continue to close up and we continue to close up. That is how simple it is to read structure within minutes. Once you understand this concept, I'm now just sharing you with a single candle approach. Now on a normal price chart, you're not going to see it as easy as this because you're going to have wicks in the market. Not every candle is going to close above, but this process teaches you the concepts you need to understand to be able to mark out your swing structures and understand structure within minutes that you're learning in this video. So now you can see this is how you identify that directional bias on a candle by candle approach, whether you're bearish or bullish. Now we will go through and invert this scale later in this video so you can see how you do the bearish and a bullish swing structure here. But I want you to understand and be able to understand this is how quickly you need to identify structure. Once you understand this process I just went through on a candle by candle approach, you're going to find marking out your swing structure is so easy and you'll do it within minutes. So now let's talk about this swing structure and how we're going to do this. I'm going to go from this high here in the market and we're going to look at this as actually a potential break in the market. So let's mark this off and I'll walk you through this now step by step. So we mark this off as a potential break of structure. Let's call this a BOS in the market. Let's actually name this. So BOS, and let's stick this into the center. So we now have a nice break of structure to the upside. That is showing me a bullish break only once we see a body candle closing through. So what we need to see is exactly what we see on a candle by candle approach. We see a close up. That shows me the break of structure. Now, how do we find a valid high and valid low? That is the next step for your swing structure. To find this, you need to apply what we just went through in the first part of this video using that candle by candle approach, understanding that structure. So from this breakout candle, we're going to look back and we're going to start marking out where we see the break. And what we're going to look for is the first time we see the closing down. So we see this is a close up. This is a close up. We have some equal lows. This is a close down. So from reading this candle by candle approach, this is the last time we see the close down, which forms before this break of structure. That now gives you a clear picture to understand where you're going to mark out, and just take these off, your current low in the market. Because we're bullish, we're looking for a valid low here. So that low is going to be these equal lows here. That becomes your current low in the market. Now we do the same sequence when we're looking for a valid high. And again, let's go through step by step. We know this is the last close down. We then close up from these equal highs. We continue to be bullish. Now what we're looking for after we've broken out, we continue to follow the price candle by candle until you see the reversal of price. And you see what? You want to see a close down. There's your first close down. So as soon as you see this candle closing down, that's going to give you your valid high in the market. So now we have our current trading range of our swing trading range. And that's how you've just learned how to mark out your structure within minutes. Notice how quickly the highs, lows, break structure and balances are plotted. That's the Structure Companion tool. It automatically marks everything across all time frames. Fully customizable, so you can focus on trading with clarity instead of spending hours drawing lines. The 50 founding members pre-order has now sold out. Spots for the official launch will be extremely limited. Join the waitlist now to guarantee your spot before it's gone. Link is in the description. As soon as you understand this concept of reading a candle approach, you're going to find it's so much quicker to be able to mark out your current structures. Let's just back this all off. Take this off. I'll mark out that break of structure there once again now. So let's mark that out as a valid break of structure now, because we can see that the market came back and we broke out with a valid break to the upside. So again, we look for a valid low. The way we do this, we look back where we see the breakout, and then here we see the close down. So you can see this is the break to the upside. This is our last close down. That means this becomes the low. You're going to look for that low in the market. So this becomes your current low in the market. So again, just like we saw here, this is now your bullish run. And as soon as you see a close back down like you saw here, that's how you find your valid high in that bullish trend. So this is marking it out, understanding a bullish swing structure in the market. Using the candle approach I just went through will help you to identify this much faster. So let me just take off. In fact, let's take everything off here. And what we're going to do next is we will invert the scale, and this will show you the opposite direction when looking at a bearish market. And the reason we're going to do this now is because it's a completely different way we're going to look at it. Again, we'll use the same approach where we see a bullish close up, we see the bearish close, and that's using your one candle by candle approach until you see the correct direction. So now we understand that we were bullish, we went bearish, back bullish, and back bearish. Now, when you're applying the swing structure, and again, we're going to start this from this low, just the opposite, but it's a slightly different way we look at it. Let's mark this out as a BOS again in the market. So there's our break of structure. Remember, we're looking for that close down. So there's your close down through the structure. That confirms the break of structure. You're looking for that continuation. Now, we're looking for a valid high this time. Where in the previous direction, we're looking for the close down, we're now looking for a close up. So we continue to look for the close down until we see the close up. And that's your close up in the market. So once you identify your close up, let's mark it off with an arrow. That's our close up. It becomes your valid high. So there's our current valid high of the trading range being our current swing structure. And we'll do the same process. We look for the breakout. We continue to follow that single by single candlestick approach until we see the close up. There's your close up. So once you see the close up, again, just remove those. This is our close up. We can mark out the low here to be your current low of the trading range. So from this high to low is your current swing structure range. And that is the quickest, fastest way you are ever going to understand structure and be able to apply it to a chart. Now we can do the same thing again here. We can see that we have a new break of structure to the downside. I'll just walk through this last section again so you can see the way this works. And once we have the breakout, we're looking for that close down. So there's your close down. We continue to look back. We're looking for the continuation of the close down where it forms the close up. And there's your close up. So that's where we go down. This is our last close up. So if we just take those off again, this now becomes the close up. That means it becomes your valid high. So the reason I went through to show you this, both directions have their own way of marking it up. You still use the candle by candle approach of a bullish and bearish market, exactly the same, and the fastest way to find and mark out your structure. But now you can see that marking a bullish or bearish trend structure has slightly different ways of doing it. Before we wrap up, if you're still second guessing trades or staring at the chart, not knowing what the next swing means, that's exactly why I built the 90-day program. It takes structure and makes it step by step so you know exactly what to do instead of guessing. Traders like Danny came in after losing nearly $300,000. He didn't just learn structure, he finally knew how to trust it and rebuild his trading. If that sounds like where you want to be, the link to apply is in the description. Seats are limited, so check if one's open for you. If you're not sure, still go back, rewatch this video over and over again. Like I said, this is a short video. It helps you understand it and understand structure within minutes so you can apply it to your charts right now. Now, if you want to see how this is applied to actual price charts and how we'll use the full concept we just went through here, and you'll see that the markets are not going to be looking like this, do check out this video here now. It's going to help you understand how to apply this into real markets.